Hello, welcome to Keg That's YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about glasses. Using the right glass for your beer can really enhance the flavours, aromas and the appearance of the beer. So using the right glass can actually be a really good choice in basically just having a better overall beer experience. Whatever glass you choose, there will be the same kind of care that needs to go into them. And don't worry, it's nothing too complicated, it's just the glasses should be washed thoroughly with soap, and this helps to get rid of any kind of grease and dirt, because those kind of things actually can inhibit head retention, and also it makes the beer just not look very appealing. When using soap to wash out the glass, just also remember to thoroughly rinse the glass out of soap, because soap also is very bad at head retention. It kills head of the beer. Right, now we know how to look after our glasses, and it's the same for every glass pretty much. Let's go into the design of each one. So let's start off with this fun looking glass. This one is called a Spiegelau glass. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's basically made after the company which sort of discovered this was a good shape glass. And what it is, it's a glass with these ridges at the bottom and then a sort of a tulip bulb for the top bit. And these glasses are really good for IPAs, pale ales, and basically any hop forward beer. So like IPLs even, and like hoppy lagers and that kind of thing. And the reason being is that the ridges on the glass actually break up the beer. So as you're taking swigs from it, the ridges create nucleation points basically, which means that the beer is going to start frothing as you tilt, and that's going to create head. And what the head does is it provides aroma, and that's why having a head on beer is actually quite important, because it provides aroma. What the top bulb bit does is it goes wide and then it goes narrow, and the reason being is the wide bit, it creates a wide surface area for all those aromas to escape, and then it narrows because what then happens is it channels those aromas towards your nose as you drink. So it's basically creating a huge factory of aromas from your beer that you wouldn't get from any other kind of glass, and it channels it towards your nose. And because our sense of smell and sense of taste is so interlinked, it makes the beer taste punchier. And that's the idea behind this Spiegelau type glass. Next one I want to talk about is this one, a tulip glass. And these are really good for beers which are going to have quite a lot of head to them. So things like Belgian style ales, Belgian blondes, Trappist styles, saisons, where they tend to have a lot of head, but they're also quite aroma dominant. So these are good because the wide surface area means that as you pour out the beer, it helps to dissipate that large head. It also acts in a similar way to the Spiegelau glass, because the large surface area, again, it means that there is a lot of space for the aroma to escape. And then as you can see, it narrows again, and that helps to channel those aromas towards your nose, so you get more of the aroma. And if you think about Belgian beers, the blonde ales and the saisons, they do have a huge punchy aroma that comes from the yeast phenols and the aromatics of the yeast. And also some of them are quite hop forward, and so it helps to channel that towards your nose, but they don't necessarily need the ridges to create more head, because actually they are very frothy beers as they are. So the next one is an interesting one. I'm sure many of you recognize this as your standard pub pint glass. Some have probably made it back to your house, slipped into your pocket when you've had maybe a few too many of these at the pub. A lot of people find these kind of boring because they're so ubiquitous with things like generic lagers and what you have down at your pub, but actually they serve a really good purpose, and they're designed really well for a specific purpose. They're narrow at the bottom, they're thin here, and then they widen at the top, and you can also see they then narrow. And the reason being is because The way that food and drink looks is also very important because it can help us decide whether we like the look of that food or drink, and it makes it more appealing and more appetizing to us. And the reason why it's narrow at the bottom is because lager is supposed to be clear. It's supposed to be crystal clear, you can see through it. And when it's thin, it looks clearer. So it makes the beer look more appealing. And in a similar vein, these are really good for stouts, because stouts, they're supposed to look black and opaque and you can't see through it. So even when it's really thin and it's still looking really dark, it looks like a really nice beer to drink. The bulb at the top is doing the same thing as the past two glasses. It's sort of creating a wide surface area for the aroma, and then it gets narrowed to channel that aroma towards your nose. Now, I know at the pub they fill it up to the top because it's a pint and you are paying for the pint, which is fair enough. When you're drinking your home brews, you can have as much as you want and you can go back for more. So you don't really need to fill it up, and I would recommend not filling it up. I would recommend filling it to the widest point of the bulb bit, because you will get more from the aroma that way, and then you'll get more from the flavor that way. So if you're interested in getting some glassware to make the most out of your beer, I posted links below to all of these three glasses. And I'd really like to hear your favorite glass to drink from. I know this is an emotive subject for many homebrewers and craft beer enthusiasts. So it'd be really good to hear what you drink from. And if you found this video useful, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.